Hello, today is May 23rd, 2023. Today we're going to do a series of video source inspections for one of our international customers. This is their customer PO number there. And we're going to be testing three 101S controllers. The purpose of the test is to demonstrate that the controllers are in perfect working order prior to shipment to our customer. What you see here, this is our test device that simulates your SRD. These lights here indicate what your solenoids are doing. These here are showing when your heaters and your anti-static are coming on. So our abbreviated test is going to be a 30-second rinse at 500 RPM, a 10-second purge at 1800 RPM, followed by a 30-second dry one, also at 1800 RPM, and a 30-second rinse, dry two at 500 RPM. So let's get started here. So you can see the door is sealed, rinse solenoid is engaged, speed is nominal. When you enter the purge process, you're going to see the rinse is going to shut off and your purge will come on a few seconds after that. Also, your N2 is on and your heaters are engaged. The transition to dry one is just pretty much turning off the purge valve. In your dry two process, if your equipment is so equipped, your anti-static will come on. In this case, it's determined by the EEPROM that's in the controller. As you can see, all your heaters and anti-static are on. Low pressure purge is on, door is still sealed, N2 is blowing. At the end of dry two, once your rotor speed drops down to 75 RPM, it will engage your rotor stop positioner, which will upright your rotor, and it will unseal your door, then you can safely remove your product. This is just residual, means nothing. There you go, rotor's upright, process over, successful test. This concludes test 1 of 3. Hello, today is May 23rd, 2023, and we are doing a set of video source inspections. This is number 2 of 3. This is for our customer, international customer. Here's their purchase order number. And the purpose of this is to demonstrate that your controller is in perfect working order prior to shipment to your facility. This device up here is simulating your SRD. These lights here are showing you what your solenoids are doing. These lights here are when your heaters and your anti-static are coming on. We're going to do an abbreviated test process, 30-second rinse at 500 RPM, a 10-second purge at 1800 RPM, followed by a 30-second dry one, also at 1800 RPM, and dry two at 500 RPM for 30 seconds. So let's get started. You'll see your door is engaged, rinse is going to come on. We're stabilized at our program speed. When we transition to the purge process, you're going to see a rinse is going to shut off, and there will be about a 4 or 5 second delay before your purge solenoid engages. Also, your heaters are on, N2 blowing, and obviously your rinse is off. Now we're in dry one, so the purge is off. When you transition into dry two, that's when your anti-static will come on if your EEPROM is set up for such or your tool. So you can see everything is nominal. This controller is working just the way it's supposed to. At the end of the process, once your rotor spins down to 75 RPM, it will at that point engage your rotor stop positioner, what we call the RSP. And once that's done, a few seconds later, it will unlatch your door. You can safely remove your product. RSP on, door open. You can now pull your product out with good results. All right, this concludes test 2 of 3. Hello, today is May 23rd, 2023, and today we're shooting a third of 3 video source inspections for one of our international customers. This is their purchase order number here, pretty long actually. The point of the test is to demonstrate that your controller is operating properly prior to shipment to your facility. All right, so we're going to do, first of all, this is our device to simulate your SRD. These lights here indicating what your solenoids are doing. These are for your heaters and your anti-static. And we're going to do a abbreviated test process. We're going to run a 30-second rinse at 500 RPM, a 10-second purge at 1800 RPM, followed by a 30-second dry 1, also at 1800 RPM, and a 30-second dry 2 at 500 RPM. So let's get started. You see your door is sealed, rinse is engaged. Your low pressure purge, LPP, is on all the time for these guys. When your purge cycle starts, you're going to see your rinsing knob off, and this will come on about 4 or 5 seconds later, along with your heaters. The only difference between dry 1 and purge is your purge valve is not on. When we transition into dry 2, you're going to see your anti-static is going to come on. It's the only time it comes on with these controllers. If your EEPROM and your tool are set up properly, or for that particular configuration. Okay, we're nearing the end of our process. Once this process finishes and your rotor spins down to about 75 RPM, it will engage your rotor stop positioner, RSP, and stop your, upright your rotor. Shortly after that, your door will unseal, allowing you to safely remove your product. RSP, door off, end of process. Everything good. This concludes test 3 of 3. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.